men. The 2nd Squad of the 3rd Platoon of I Company of the 101st Airborne Division. It's December 1944. We're in a rest camp in France after 63 days on the line in Holland. Couldn't ask for a better deal. Even Kinney, our platoon sergeant, feeling his oats, horsing around with the rest of us on the drill field.
Hut, hop, hurry, haw. Hut, hop, hurry, haw. They signed you up for the length of the war.
I never had it so good before.
Cannabis, you'll get an bivouac.
You give us a load of a blasting whack.
Sound off.
1, 2.
Sound off.
3, 4.
Heads count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hurry up. Hurry up. Heave. Hoop it. Hut. Hut. Up. Hurry. Haw. Hut. Up. Hurry. Haw. You had a good home, but you left.
You're right.
Jody was there when you left.
You're right.
Your baby was there when you left.
You're right.
Sound off.
1, 2.
Sound off.
3, 4.
Cadence count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, it's night now. Most of the squad's just killing time, waiting for tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day, a 3-day pass to Paris. Standiford, Abner, and Wolowitz are playing cards. That fella hanging up his socks is Rodriguez. Next to him, the one with the glasses, is Hanson. Hanson's writing a letter to his wife. That's her picture on the bus, his wife and his kid. Next to Hanson is Kip, brushing his teeth. His gleaming white false teeth. And then there's Leighton. He just walked in, a brand new replacement.
Sergeant Kinney?
Yeah.
My name is Leighton. I've been assigned to your platoon.
Oh, yeah, Leighton. Well, you'll be in the 2nd Squad. Just make yourself at home. But on some other Sacker, that one's mine.
I'm sorry, I didn't know, Sergeant. Say, Sergeant, there's a replacement I came in with, a fellow named Hooper. We've been together since we got in the Army, and
They split you up, huh?
Yeah, he's in K Company, and well, I was wondering if there was anything you could do to get him over here.
Well, I'm a little outranked, pal. You see, there's a major general in every outfit, and it's his job to find out who your buddy is and then split you up.
That's for sure. That's for dang sure.
Abner, will you stop saying that, will you, please?
Hey, fellas, look what I found!
Man, at ease. I heard the war was on his last leg, so I thought I'd better come back.
Holly really gets a rough deal. A little scratch on his leg, and a month later he comes back in time for a 3-day pass to Paris.
It was misery in that hospital, Rodriguez. Passes every night, champagne, l'amour. L'amour. And me brooding all the time about my dear old buddies back there defending the Republic.
Guys get sick. Guys get wounded. Nothing ever happens to me. Nothing.
Except that time when you broke them false teeth. It was when you was back, Holly. Kip finds out about some regulation. You can't keep a man on the line unless he's got at least 6 teeth of his own.
I didn't know nothing about that regulation.
So he busts his GI teeth with the butt of his rifle.
I ran into a tree trunk in the dark.
Well, anyway, he was off in the line for 2 weeks getting a new set made.
Hey, which one of these cots is mine?
You can have the sack next to me, Holly. Nobody's got it, have they?
No, I was just sitting here.
Hey, Holly, come on. What's it like? Paris.
Well, of course, I spent all my spare time in the art galleries there. But I happen to hear about a place that might interest you. Place Pigalle. Place Pigalle, a pig alley. Be sure to bring your dog tags with you, because one night in Pig Alley, and you're going to think you're the Caliph of Baghdad.
Hey, Jarvis, how about you and me budding up in Paris, huh?
What's the matter, Rodriguez? Did Pop's days act disown you?
Pap can't go. Account of his arthritis.
I love you, Rodriguez. I love all of you. But I'm getting me a private room and a private bath in Paris if I have to get it at the point of a gun.
The big brain wants to get away from us common people. He hasn't got anybody around here to chat with about the Einstein theory.
What do you mean he's got me? Why, there ain't nothing we like to talk about better.
Don't box me up and ship me home.
Sound off to the rear, free.
Hey, that's Pop now.
Hiya, Pop. Hey, Holly, me boy. Bonjour.
What are you
busting out about, Pop? Oh, it's nothing at all, son. Nothing at all. Hardly worth mentioning. They're making me a civilian, that's all.
They're what?
I wish I had arthritis.
It ain't the arthritis. They got a report from the Red Cross that my wife's too sick to take care of the kids. So I let them talk me into accepting the dependency discharge.
Well,
Glad you made it, Pop.
who's going to adopt Rodriguez? He'll be lost without his popsy-wopsy.
Kip, one of these days you're going to get a GI bootsy-wootsy right square in those GI teeth.
When do you leave, Pop? Oh, any day now. I just have to sweat out a letter of confirmation from my higher headquarters. Hey, you going to miss me, Abner?
That's for sure. That's for dang sure.
Abner, will you please?
I'm sorry, Jarvis. It keeps slipping out.
Hey, how about dousing that light, huh? Them Paris trucks will be leaving early.
Go ahead. Turn it off. Hey, you. That's my cot you're laying on.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I'm a new replacement.
Hey, Walloway, what was that phone number in Paris? I told you a dozen times. 812 42 70. Yeah. Who was that guy who said the war'd be over by Christmas?
What do you want? Egg in your beer? Here we are, 2 hours from Paris.
So it goes. Small talk, then the slow, even breathing as we fall asleep. And the clicking of Kip's false teeth. I had a wonderful dream that night. Paris. A private room, a private bath. Paris.
All right, roll out of them sacks. Well, roll out, you guys. Leave your cots and grab your socks. Let's go, men. You're slow, men. Get them up top.
Get him up yourself. I ain't going to Paris.
Nobody's going to Paris. We're moving up.
Moving up. Where to, Kenny?
Beats me. Now get up now and roll out. The Krauts made a breakthrough someplace. They tell me it's going to be kind of cold, so you better weigh your long johns and 2 pairs of pants.
Yesterday they said we were off the line for good.
I know, but these orders just come through. Well, it's trucks this time instead of gliders. That's a good sign anyway.
This is for the birds, brother. Strictly for the birds.
General, I need a crack division to plug up that gap. A crack division, General? I'd be honored if you'd use the 101st. Awfully nice of you, old boy. Thanks a lot. Not at all, General. Not at all.
There you, Pop. Maybe the adjutant can put in a phone call about your discharge.
Yeah, sure. They'll probably send me home in a private plane.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's a secret move, so rip off your shoulder patches. Now, come on, Senator. Let's go.
We rode all that day. Just at dark, we reached the village and the convoy halted. There seemed to be 3 or 4 roads coming together here. Some of the trucks started to deploy. On the street, a scattering of civilians stood watching us.
Move over a little bit. This is all
Jarvis,
Ask them where we are, will you?
sure. Quel est le nom de ce village?
Martigny, la Savonnerie, en Ardennes. Bonjour! Bonjour!
What was he say, Jarvis? Where are we? Are you kidding?
Hey, Sergeant, are we going to be in this town long enough to get out for a stretch? Search me. This is what I like about the infantry, men. You always know just what's going on.
How do you like this guy? He don't like it in the infantry.
He must be off his nut.
He never had it so
He
good.
found a home in the army.
Chewing gum? Cigarette from the lung? Chocolat, please. Chocolat?
Oh, here. Catch. There.
Sur la rue.
Get a load of mama. I'd like to keep her in chocolate for about a week.
Voulez-vous tous venir chez moi pour vous chauffer, pour reposer un peu?
Yeah,
Pour prendre
sure.
une tasse de café.
What's she saying, Jarvis? What's she saying?
She wants to know if we'd like to come inside and warm up.
Yes. Warm up, please.
Out of them trucks,
Just leaflets. A flurry of leaflets, and then it was gone. The ink was fresh, and the printing was in English.
Get a load of this, will you? Welcome to the 101st Airborne Division. I like these secret moves.
Yeah, we sure slipped one over in the crowds, didn't we?
How do they find out these things? Who tells them?
I keep them posted. Shortwave. Well, somebody does.
They occupied France for 4 years. Naturally, they left a few spies when they pulled out.
Hey, that's an idea. Why don't us GIs hire some spies so we'll know what's going on once in a while?
Get him inside, Sergeant. On the double. Third platoon, that corner house.
Hey, looks like a good house, Bob. Smoke coming out of the chimney.
Yeah, for once we get a break, Rodriguez.
It wasn't Paris, but it could have been worse. A nice, warm house with a beautiful girl waiting to serve us hot coffee. I jotted down the name of the town so I'd be sure to remember it. Bastogne.
Bastogne, huh? I won't be forgetting this place in a hurry.
I wouldn't mind holding up here till Christmas.
I hear that's just what we're going to do. All the rumors are good ones.
Come on, Mama. Let's you and me take a little walk.
Pas la maman. C'est l'enfant d'un village voisin qui a été bombardé. Un grand bombardement absolument terrible. Une chose épouvantable est arrivée. Ses parents ont été tués.
What's he saying now, Jarvis?
But she isn't the mother. The kid's from a town near here. Bombed out. Both parents killed.
They all got a sob story.
Let's cut a rug, huh, Denise? Dan say?
First, you gotta fork over another chocolate bar.
What you say, please?
I said, do you think the rain will hurt the rhubarb?
Please. You tell me what he says.
He, wants to know if we could have a little coffee.
Oh, oui, du café, plenty of café, tout de suite.
Yeah, too sweet. Anything you want. Sure. As long as you pay for it. They're all alike over here.
Yes, they're all alike, Kip. Scared, hungry, and lonely.
Oh, stop beating your gums, will you? Let a man sleep.
Yeah, it's about that time. We sure come a fur piece today. That's for sure. That's for dang sure.
So tired. You want the café?
No, I guess not.
I go now.
I guess so. I'm all beat up.
All beat up?
You know, it never fails. Every time you meet a pretty babe, you're either out on your feet or you get the order to move.
What you say, please?
Oh, nothing.
Thank you for the chocolat.
It's all right. Hey, where are you going, Jarvis?
Guard.
Oh.
Bon, oui, mademoiselle.
Je vais aller cacher le chocolat pour Charlotte pour son Noël.
What'd she say?
He said she's going to hide the chocolate from the kid until Christmas.
Oh, brother, I wish I knew for sure we'd be here tomorrow.
We'll be here, Harley.
Are you sure, Kenny?
Yeah, all we got to do is lie around here until the fog lifts so the Air Corps can come up and win the war for us.
Oh, well, in that case, I guess I'll take a chance. I'll see you in the morning, Denise.
This may go down in history as the greatest gamble of the war.
Good night, Denise.
Good night, soldier.
Hey, Kenny, are you absolutely sure?
Yeah, the CO told us so himself.
Well, wake me up early, huh, Denise?
It was dark and cold on the street as I went out to relieve Leighton. Leighton stood in the middle of the street. He'd heard someone approaching through the thick, wet fog.
Oh, password. Hamburger. Onions. I thought the 101st was the only division up here.
Yeah, they will be. As soon as the rest of us can get out.
What's up?
We were a little over to the east. Been there for weeks without firing a shot. Then they started coming. Tanks, planes, everything you ever heard of.
Yeah, but they told us it was just a weak little counterattack.
Yeah? Well, they'll probably tell you that this is just a strategic withdrawal. Well, take it easy up now.
Bright and early the next morning, Ollie went out on a patrol. An egg patrol in Denise's backyard. His mission was accomplished. 7 beautiful white eggs carefully concealed in a towel.
Good morning, soldier. You are looking for something?
No, just getting a breath of fresh air. I didn't know you were up. I'll be right back.
that's it. Hey, Jarvis, keep an eye on these eggs.
All right, Holly, get your pack on.
What?
Yeah, me and General McCall have decided to move I Company up on the line. That is, if it's all right with you.
Oh, I should have known better.
Maybe she'll give you a refund on those chocolate bars. Kenny, how much time have I got? 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
Anything you got to do, you better do in 30 seconds.
Oh, no!
All right, you guys, saddle up. Saddle up. Saddle up.
It wouldn't be a long march, Kenny said, only 3 or 4 miles. The morning was gray with the fog. But on either side of the road, we could see the land rolling into little hills, covered with the thick woods. It was beautiful country. Beautiful. You never saw anybody hit the ground faster than we did. All except Holly. He had to take it easy so he wouldn't break those pressure pegs.
Don't platoon on your feet. We got that patch of woods to clear. Let's go!
We entered the woods. This is the beginning. We started into the woods. Slowly, because we were scared. But the woods were clear, at least this section. So we dug in, foxholes in the frozen ground.
Hey, Holly, put some more wood on that fire, will you? And burn these eggs? It takes a slow, steady flame when you're cooking eggs in a helmet.
Okay, let's go. Roll your packs. We're moving out. Oh, no. It wasn't my idea. We got to dig in another area about a mile from here. Let's go.
Tell me something, Pop. That time when you were in that camp in New York, did you ever phone your wife?
Oh, sure, Rodriguez. Sure.
What did it cost?
A nickel. What'd you think?
Oh, that's right. She came there to see you, yeah. Well, did you phone your kids long distance?
Yeah, I phoned them just before we shipped out. Why?
What did that cost?
Oh, a couple of bucks for 3 minutes. Why, Johnny?
Well, I was thinking, it's probably as far from New York to Wichita, where your kids were, as it is from Wichita to Los Angeles, where my folks are. And when you get back home, what would that be, Pop? 200 francs?
Oh, I'll send you a bill, Johnny.
Tell them that well, you'll think of something. And if it runs over 3 minutes, it's okay.
Sure. Don't worry, Johnny. I'll phone for you.
I know a boarding house far, far away where they serve ham and eggs 3 times a day. Oh, how the boarders yell when they hear the
fire, Holly. It's getting dark.
Oh, well, I don't really like eggs for supper. They'll taste a lot better tomorrow morning for breakfast.
Yeah, well, dump them in your helmet and put it on your head. You got the next shift on the roadblock with Jarvis and the new man. And they said to watch out for Krauts wearing GI uniforms.
Well, what about the password? That might be nice to know in case somebody thinks we're Krauts.
Bug jitter.
Okay. Hey, Pop, pour my eggs into that canteen cup. Watch it for me, will you?
I might.
Okay. You'll get half of them.
Thanks, chum. With darkness, we took over guard at the roadblock. Holly and I crawled into a ditch. Fog was worse now. We could barely see Layton. But we'd hear him stamping his feet on the frozen ground. Then we heard other footsteps coming down the road.
Oh, password. Bug. Jitter.
Oh. What is this, Charlie Company?
No, sir. This is I Company.
My company? Oh, this must be the road to New Chateau.
I think it is, sir.
Was there a bridge up ahead?
Yes, sir, about a half a mile up.
Good. Let's go, man. We got a good look at them from the ditch. A lieutenant and about a dozen men.
Smart cookie, that lieutenant. Wearing his bars on a patrol. Must be a new replacement.
I should have asked if they were from K Company. You know, I got a buddy in K Company. A fellow named Hooper.
Gee, I sure hope I run into him. It wasn't bad enough, the fog and the cold. The next morning, something new was at it. Snow.
Look, Bob, it's snowing. I never saw snow up close before. Oh, it's beautiful.
You didn't hear by any chance that it's kind of cold and a bit on the wet side, did you?
Of course you can see snow from Los Angeles, way off on the mountain.
Well, close the window, Johnny, and fix that hole in the roof.
Rodriguez?
Yeah?
Where'd you get the branches for your foxhole?
Well, where do you usually get branches, Leighton?
Oh, well, I didn't know the woods had been cleared.
Yeah, sure. K Company moved in a while ago.
K Company? Hey, I got a buddy in K Company.
I was in the woods cutting some branches to build a roof for my own foxhole when Leighton went rushing past toward one of the men of K Company.
Hey, Mac, where'll I find Hooper? Hooper? I never heard of him. I know he's in K Company. William J. Hooper.
Nobody by that name with us.
Yes, sir, Red. They came into the new replacements just the other day.
Oh. That was his name, huh? Hey, Sergeant.
What's up?
The kid that got it last night. His name is Hooper.
What do you mean? Got it.
Direct hit on his foxhole, a mortar. You don't hear him coming. You don't know what hit you.
Well, you didn't even know his name.
Well, he didn't even find his dog tag. The snow kept falling. We did get one break, though. The mail was still getting through. Jarvis. Yep. Holly. Clayton.
Right. Yeah, what about me?
Standiford. Wallowitz. Yeah. Well, that's all. Justice for me, Kinney?
I'm sorry, Pop. It'll probably come up in the next batch, though.
You act as if I wanted a discharge. Man, I like it here.
Hey, Kinney, what about that patrol? Don't you think I better take it out?
I can't let you go, Wallowitz. I want to be sure you'll be here to take over if I have to go back.
Go back.
Yeah, my feet froze up pretty bad last night. I want 3 volunteers to go out on the patrol. You, and you. You're in charge, Holly.
Why am I always volunteering for patrols? Just a cowboy.
G2 says the Krauts dropped some paratroops last night. You know that farmhouse we passed yesterday? Well, they think they're hiding in the woods this side of it.
G2. Wonderful how they always know what's cooking.
Yeah, well, I can tell you something they do know. Last night, some Krauts in GI uniforms infiltrated right through this area. They blew up a bridge on the road to New Chateau. Was one of them wearing lieutenant bars? How did you know?
Oh, we get all the latest rumors.
Rumor my eye. They captured one of them, spoke English perfect. Knew our password, plan of deployment, everything.
That's incoming mail.
Hey, Holly. Holly, where'd you leave your eggs?
They're cooking over there on the fire.
Oh, you mean where that shell just landed?
Oh, no! Hey, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
My name is Leighton.
I know it.
I just wanted you to be sure.
We left on the patrol, Holly, Rodriguez, and I. We found the farmhouse, what was left of it, and looked around a while before entering the woods.
This is what G2 calls a patch of woods. A whole division could be hiding in there.
Nice job for a 3-man patrol.
Yeah, and if we don't get back, that's how they'll know we ran into some Krauts.
Hey, get behind those trees.
It's a jeep. Looks like GIs from here. 3 of them.
We better make sure. You guys cover me. What's the password? I said, what's the password?
Texas. Keep them covered, Corporal. Maybe German.
Any line on these woods, Major?
I didn't hear the countersign.
Oh, Liga. Texas Liga.
Will this road take us to 3rd Battalion headquarters?
Straight ahead.
Now get going, Corporal.
Just a minute. What is a Texas Liga, Major?
How's that?
I said, what's a Texas Liga? It's some kind of a baseball term. What kind? A safe hit just over the head of the infield.
Nobody asked you. How did the Dodgers make out this year?
Hey, who's your commanding officer, soldier? Whoever he is, he knows how the Dodgers made out. Let's see a dog tag. What? Come on. We're not taking any chances.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Hey, what is this?
Was ist dein Name?
Oh, what kind of nonsense is this?
Schnell, Name, sprechen Sie.
Hey, just a minute, you. Who's Betty Grable going with?
Cesar Romero.
Not you. Him. Who's the dragon lady?
She's in Terry and the Pirates.
What's a hot rod?
It's a hot up jalopy. Hello, Joe. What do you know?
Just got back from a vaudeville show.
I guess they're okay, Jarvis. Thank you, Sergeant. The PFC major, praying for civilians. That's why I believe in being careful. And may I suggest, sir, that you study up on baseball? Yeah, I guess I'd better. And by the way, you might tell your buddy that Cesar Romero is out. She's married to Harry James. Let's go, Corporal. We moved into the woods. Maybe half mile or so. The further we went, the less we liked it. Yeah, they should have sent out a bigger patrol.
Well, if you want to goof off.
Who said anything about goofing off?
Nobody. I'm just saying the best way is to tell them that you heard voices talking in German.
Let's say we heard voices talking in Japanese and let you two figure that out. I'm going to sit down and read my morning mail.
That paper any good?
Best in the world, the Sedalia News.
Oh, hey, get a load of this. Our Changing Times by Mrs. Donald Jarvis. Pinch hitting for your favorite columnist and her favorite husband, now on active duty U.S. Army.
You knew I worked on a newspaper.
Yeah, but a column. Big stuff.
Oh, it had its points. I used to get those wire releases and know that I was the first person in town who had the news. I'll guarantee you that my wife knows what's going on in Bastogne. All I know is what's happening to the 2nd Squad and the 3rd Platoon of I Company.
Hey.
Huh?
What's that?
Sound off, pal. Password, Texas. Liga. Hiya, fellas.
Hi, what's the situation, Lieutenant?
Nothing but pine trees in these woods. We've been all through them.
Well, I guess our mission's accomplished.
Courtesy of Elf Company. You can tell them they can stop worrying about this area. Thanks. Well, guys, I guess we might as well partay, huh?
Yeah.
See you later. Jarvis, did you see what I saw?
Yeah. Guy with the bars is the one who brought the patrol through our roadblock last night.
Those Krauts in GI uniforms Kinney was talking about.
There are too many of them for us. Let's get out of here on the double.
Achtung! Weigers müssen Gewehr! Schnell! Feuer! Feuer!
Rodriguez got two of them with a hand grenade, but they were coming at us from too many directions. We fought our way back to the ruins of the farmhouse. Behind the stone foundation, maybe we'd have a chance. But just before we reached it, I saw Rodriguez spin and fall. In front of us, out of sight of the Krauts, was a snow-covered wreckage of a Jeep. We grabbed Rodriguez and dragged him up behind us.
Lay low while we tangle with him, Rodriguez.
No, take off. There's some tanks coming. Crowd tanks over there. Go ahead. They'll never find me here.
We left him there in the snow under the Jeep. There wasn't anything else we could do. We reached our foxholes and reported to Kinney. Kinney, with his frozen feet wrapped in strips of blanket. He called in the lieutenant.
You sure there were enemy tanks?
We saw them, Lieutenant, coming straight at us.
Kinney, think we've got enough anti-tank grenades to do any good?
We ain't got any. You mind if I make a suggestion, Lieutenant?
What?
Well, sir, our usual defense against tanks is to call for artillery and then run like a jackrabbit.
Our orders are to hold these positions.
All right, sir. Well, then let's just call for artillery and keep our heads down.
Could send out some bazooka men if we had any bazookas. Put in a call for artillery.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great. Artillery with Rodriguez lying out there under the Jeep.
We'll send out a patrol for him as soon as the barrage lifts.
With what? A sponge?
When the barrage was over, Holly and I went back to the farmhouse. Pop Stazak was with us. Pop was going crazy.
Hey, Holly! Holly, hurry up, will you? How long do you think the guy can last out there in this cold? Come on, will you? Hurry up.
That's it, Pop. That's the Jeep.
Say, Johnny! Johnny!
Under the snow was a hand. The palm upturned, the fingers stretched, reaching. The way a man who'd never seen it before might raise his hand to catch the falling snow. He used to see snow way off in the mountains.
They say it's just like going to sleep.
We covered him with a blanket and left him there. He was a religious kid. When anybody got hit, he used to say it was God's will. That afternoon, Leighton found a copy of the Stars and Stripes. It was 3 days old, but it was the first news we had since we'd hit Battleground.
Strategic withdrawal in Bulge, it says. What's a Bulge?
Beats me.
Hitler's mighty counteroffensive swept on yesterday, plunging 20 miles into Belgium.
Hey, that's who we are, ain't we? Belgium?
I thought it was Luxembourg. Let me see that paper. War Department reports that morale is high all along the fog-bound front. Battle-hardened doughboys fresh from epic-making triumphs.
Skip the commercials, Jarvis. Hey, look at that. At Bastogne, the 101st Airborne.
Hey, that's us.
Men, you will be proud to know that you are making a heroic stand, hurling back the best that von Rundstedt can throw at you.
Who's von Rundstedt?
The Kraut General, the best they got.
Hey, Pop, is the 101st the only division up here?
It doesn't say, Leighton. We'll have to wait for the next edition.
Only you won't be here to read it, Pop. Here's a letter for you, and it looks official.
Hey, thanks, Kenny.
You want to get back to the aid station, Skinny, before those feet get any worse. Oh, they won't take frozen feet unless they started to change color. Besides, all they got left at the aid station is aspirin and iodine.
What about the field hospital?
Captured. Medics, casualties, the works.
Hey, wait for me, Kenny. I'm a civilian now. It's official. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Relax, Pop. Relax. You ain't going no place. I ain't? All right. Get here. Read the letter yourself. I don't care what it says. Nobody's leaving Bastogne. Huh? Headquarters patrol just went by when we were out on the roadblock. And I got it straight from them. We're surrounded. Surrounded? If this is one of your crummy jokes, Kip, I'll knock those GI teeth right down your throat.
Take it easy, Pop. Take it easy.
It's straight, Pop. I was on a roadblock with Kip. I didn't have the heart to tell you.
That's incoming mail. Hit it. You know, I'd get him in a lot of trouble for this. It's against the rules of war to shoot a civilian.
Look at that.
What?
There's a shadow over there.
It's just some burnt-out powder.
You'll die of old age before you see a shadow around here. This fog ain't never gonna lift.
Do the planes have to wait? Didn't they ever hear of flying blind?
Nobody cares. They just don't care.
I don't believe that.
Reverend Leighton will now lead us in prayer.
It might not be a bad idea.
Maschinengewehr, den Army beim Bau.
We could fire a burst where the voice came from and drop to the ground again. Only some who dropped never moved again. Abner was one of them. Anderson another. Hanson was badly wounded. I saw Holly jump up from his foxhole and start running. I couldn't figure it out. And then Leighton after him.
Holly! Holly, I'm with you, Holly! Come on, then! Take off!
Act 3 of Battleground will continue in a moment. Battleground, winner of Photoplay Magazine's Gold Medal Award. Starring Van Johnson as Holly, John Hodiak as Jarvis,
Ricardo Montalban as Johnny Rodriguez, George Murphy as Pop, Marshall Thompson as Layton, and James Whitmore as Sergeant Kinney.
Holly and Layton had run to a ridge, a small snow-covered hill. Then Kinney jumped to his feet and waved us out of our foxholes.
Second squad, follow me. We're going after them.
8 of us made it to the hill. The Germans hadn't seen us. We waited. Then they came into sight, maybe 40 all told, creeping toward the railroad embankment. And then Kinney gave us the word. It was one of the hottest skirmishes we were ever in. Layton had had his baptism of fire. He was a veteran now, like the rest of us.
I thought Holly was running away, Jarvis. That's why I ran after him.
How do you know what Holly was thinking? How do you know he was thinking at all? Things just happen, and then afterwards you try to figure out why you acted the way you did.
I know why I ran. I was scared to death.
You just joined the biggest club in the Army, Layton. Everybody belongs. Later on that day, we had more visitors. But this time they came with a flag of truce. 2 Nazi officers and 2 enlisted men. I thought they had us surrounded. Halt! Was wollen Sie?
I speak English. Who is here in command?
I am here in command.
We have a message for the commanding general.
I'll get a jeep and take the officers back, Jarvis. You keep the other 2 here. Maybe you can get something out of them.
I threw all the German I knew at those 2 Krauts, but all I could get out of them was their name and rank.
Gefreiter, Berthold Jochmann.
All right, bud, loosen up. Come on, give us a lowdown. You can talk now. Hitler kaput.
How'd you guys like some nice K-ration? Chocolate, yeah, huh? Chocolate?
You know, für eine Schachtel Zigaretten rede ich.
He says he'll talk for a pack of cigarettes.
Okay, there you are. Start talking.
Wir stellen Ihnen ein Ultimatum. Entweder Übergabe oder Tod.
What's he say?
They want us to surrender. Surrender or be killed, he says.
Us? Well, tell him to take a flying leap at a rolling donut.
That's all we learned until Holly came back with the officers. With him was a colonel from our headquarters. The Nazi captain seemed a little upset.
The major thinks General McAuliffe must have misunderstood. We have appealed to the well-known American humanity to save the people of Bastogne from further suffering. We have given you 2 hours to consider before raining destruction upon you. We do not understand General McAuliffe's answer.
I'll be glad to repeat it. The answer is nuts.
Nüsse.
Nu? Ist das im negativen oder positiven Sinn?
Is that a negative or affirmative reply?
Nuts is strictly negative.
Negativ.
Tja, dann werden viele Amerikaner dran glauben müssen.
We will kill many Americans.
On your way, bud. Well, I feel better. For once we know what's going on around here. For once we get the story before my wife writes it up in the Sedalia News. They weren't kidding. They poured it on us. Everything they had from every direction. And we drew back still further. No reinforcements, no help of any sort. It looked as if Kip had something when he said nobody cares. They just don't care.
This hole is getting me. You think they'd at least let us stop long enough to build a fire?
Don't tell me your problems, Layton. Tell the chaplain.
Oh, yeah, the chaplain. I forgot. Well, we've got nothing to worry about. Holy Joe was going to pray for us at the Christmas service. Let's see. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. If the fog lifts, and they shall run and not be weary, unless they have frozen feet, and they shall walk and not faint, if they don't lose too much blood before the medics come up.
Was another airmail message from the Krauts. Propaganda leaflets. This time delivered in a shell which exploded nearby. Holly picked up one of the leaflets.
Hey, listen to this. Merry Christmas, soldier, and our deepest sympathy. It's tough being away from home at this time of year, especially when you're surrounded and outnumbered 10 to 1. Don't you feel your loved ones worrying about you, praying for you? Yes, old boy, praying and hoping you'll come home again. Man, have you thought about it? What if you don't come back? Just remember this. Where there's a will, there's a way. Hot chow and safety are waiting for you only 300 yards away.
They don't miss a trick, them Krauts. Hot chow and safety. Come on your feet, let's go.
The Christmas services were just a little bit different from any we'd ever attended before. Maybe 30 of us gathered in the clearing. The chaplain was just as cold, just as dirty, just as tired as the rest of us. And he talked our language.
At ease. At ease. Let's get this show on the road. Anybody here from Ohio?
Buckeye Lake, sir. Cincinnati, sir.
And I'm from Chillicothe. Any of you men Lutherans?
Yes, sir. My wife is, sir.
Well, so am I. But these services aren't just for Lutherans any more than just for men from Ohio. I merely happen to be in your area. In other areas, there are other chaplains of various denominations and religions. All of us holy Joes are switch hitters. Earlier this month in Holland, I held Hanukkah services for some of the men of the Jewish faith. How'd I do, Levenstein?
Not bad for a beginner, sir.
Well, now it's nearly Christmas. And here we are in beautiful Bastogne enjoying the winter sports. And the $64 question is, was this trip necessary? I'll try to answer that. But my sermons, like everything else in the Army, depend on the situation and the terrain, so I assure you this is going to be a quickie. Was this trip necessary? Well, let's look at the facts. Nobody wanted this war but the Nazis. A great many people tried to deal with them, and a lot of them are dead. Millions have died for no other reason except that the Nazis wanted them dead. So in the final showdown, there was nothing left to do except fight. There's a great lesson in this, and those of us who learned it the hard way aren't going to forget it. We must never again let any force dedicated to a super race or a super idea or super anything become strong enough to impose itself on a free world. We must be smart enough and tough enough in the beginning to put out the fire before it spreads. So my answer to the $64 question is yes. Yes, this trip was necessary. As the years go by, a lot of people are going to forget. But you won't. And don't ever let anybody tell you you were a sucker to fight in the war against fascism. And now, Jerry permitting, let us pray. Let us pray for this fog to lift. Almighty God. Well, the organist is hitting those bass notes a little too loud for me to be heard, so let each of us pray in his own way to his own God.
Until morning did we know how bad it really was. It was then that the cooks, the headquarters clerks, the typists, even the walking wounded who'd been brought to Bastogne came back on the line. Every man who could still fire a rifle. No more little feelers to find out where the enemy was. Everyone knew where they were. They were all around us. Holly got out his bayonet and fixed it to his rifle. We just looked at him. Slowly, one by one, we followed suit. I was watching Kenny. Suddenly, he dropped his rifle. He just stood there, staring down at the snow, at a shadow of himself on the snow.
Hey! It's Jordan! It's Jordan! The ball's lifting! And he comes! Fighter plane! Bombers too! Drive him out of there! Not a tail! He's on the C-47! Put him down!
wake of the planes came the replacements. New men, fresh men. Men with clean uniforms and strange, clean faces. We sat on the road watching them come in. And then the most beautiful sight of all, tanks.
Hey, Daddy, what are them things?
Well, that's a new kind of warfare, son. Mechanized, I think they call it. I read about it in the Stars and Stripes.
Well, what do you know? What'll they think of next?
Hey, tank job! Cigarette for Papa? Got a Stars and Stripes? 2 days old, and it's been pretty rugged up here.
That's for sure. That's for dang sure.
Hey, handsome! Good luck!
Well, according to the Stars and Stripes, the folks back home knew we'd get out of this. They heard a relief was breaking through 2 days ago.
Oh, fine. I'd hate to think they've been worrying.
You'll be happy to know we're in Belgium, not Luxembourg.
Just so we're going back. That's all that counts.
You mean you're not happy in the service?
I didn't say that. I love it.
You found a home in the Army, champ.
Me too. Never had it so good in my life. All right, first platoon on your feet. Fall in your line.
You mean we're going back on the line?
About face.
Now you're talking.
Forward march.
It must have been quite a sight as we headed back to Bastogne. Kenny limping along in front of us. He could hardly walk, but he didn't like the way some of those new replacements were staring at us.
All right. Come on, you guys. What do you want these guys to think you are, a bunch of wags? All right, now pick it up. Hut, hop, hurry, haw, hut, hop. Hey, Kemp, put those teeth in your face. Straighten up them rifles.